All right, let's do this. Now, I needed to start this over because when Mike Jackson's interview starts off the way that it did, I can't have that. I'm not burying the lead on that. We're going to start right there. We're going to start right there. So we're going to take a couple minutes to let people get on, and I'll give you guys a quick background on what we're doing today. So we're going to talk about the entire week of ludicrous MMA news, and after I don't know, probably first 20 minutes, I got to starting Mike Jackson's interview about being attacked by Jake Shields and his side of the story. And the first sentence that he said was so, of course, that I was like, nope, we're starting over. Okay. I'm not, no one's going to wait 20 minutes to get to see that quote from this dude. We're putting that right at the front, right out of the gate, because I could have predicted that. So we're going to jump into it in a second. And, man, I have not watched it. So I, like anybody who was just on with me can testify. I have not watched this. This is the very first time I watched it. And like I said, his very first sentence, I went, oh my God. So yeah, we're going to jump into it heavy. We're going to jump into it real heavy. Thomas, thank you very much. I appreciate the $2, sir. Thank you very much. And while everybody's getting on really quick, if you look in the link in the description, the Swagit app is where I am talking about P-Gate. And I posted 2 videos about that on there already. You can download it, click on the link in the description, download it, talking about P-Gate. And we're also giving away 2 tickets to UFC 285, son. And so, and the Swagit app is really cool too. They give you like a bunch of credits that you get to give out to creators. You can create a profile yourself if you like. And as this thing grows, you can grow with it, but you could definitely follow me and get P-Gate information because it's the only place I can talk about it. So I can't even say what I'm talking about on here. I can't even say the words on here, but I could talk about it there, son. And if you want to go to a UFC, 285 is going to be a good one. Anyway, Sean King 2.0, exactly. Yeah. I restarted because I don't want that entire thing where I'm going through Jake Shields' Twitter on the front side because I don't want anybody taking any attention away from this ludicrous interview that we're about to go through. Okay. So we are going to jump right back into this. Okay. So this is Mike Jackson describing what happened between him and Jake Shields. And at the beginning, he said, he asked the guy, hey, what did you think happened? You know, from your side, what did it look like happened? And I think anyone can know that what it looked like happened was there's a 15-second clip of Jake Shields going from side control to mount and then throwing a couple like slaps down at you, and that's it. Okay. There's no one who is watching MMA news who is not a seasoned MMA viewer or, you know, trained in some form of martial arts. So we all know what it looked like. It looked like, oh, there's no context, but Jake Shields got in a little scuffle with a guy at an MMA gym. All right. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to watch this now. Okay. This is Mike Jackson describing what happened with Jake Shields. I have not seen this except for the first 20 seconds you're about to watch. And I can promise you I'm going to have to pause it after it again because I actually restarted the whole thing when I saw it the first time. By the way, really quick, Sheath Underwear has a special right now. If you're still looking for things to buy people for Christmas, it's not too late. Sheathunderwear.com just sheathunderwear.com. And you can use the promo code FIRE to get a 20% discount. And it is an awesome Christmas gift. I bought like 5. All right, let's do this.
Sort of my logic and the way I think, some foundation. So I kind of have to pinpoint this during the conversation. We live in American culture and American society right now. The foundation of it is built on white supremacy and systemic oppression.
I can't, dude. I honestly, I can't, dude. It's built on white supremacy. Okay, a couple questions as we get into this, okay? The entire system is built on white supremacy. Question. So if me or if my daughter and Mike Jackson's daughter go to the same high school. They get the same grades. They have everything the same, SAT scores. His daughter applies to Harvard. My daughter applies to Harvard. Which one's going to get in? Okay. His is. Mine's not. Now, I'm not complaining about that at all. I'm not. But the idea that the system is built on white supremacy when his child is going to get preferential treatment in terms of what, college they go to, which sets up the rest of their life, is ludicrous. It's an indefensible statement. Okay. We used to be built on oppression and white supremacy. Used to. Easy to defend that position. Redlining, Jim Crow, easy. It's 2022, dude. It's about to be 2023. It's an indefensible statement now. There's no one who could defend that statement with any form of logic at all. Just like if you tried to act like in the 40s or 50s, if you made the same statement, you would not be able to defend against it because it was that. But it's not now, okay? Like, do you want me to go back to, I'm like a mud of all kinds of, European stuff, but like, you want me to just pick one? Because, Mike is 1/4 black. So like, want me to pick like, I don't know, my Irish heritage and then start complaining about like stuff that my ancestors went through because it has nothing to do with you. Nothing. Has nothing to do with you at all, dude. Oh, man, dude. Okay, let's continue.
That's not debatable.
Yes,
right?
It is.
For me, I look at life like it's essentially the makeup of everything is racist versus anti-racist, right? So if you have one side, you have anti-racist, you have the other side who's racist, and then you have this middle line, right?
Okay. This is not going to be easy for me to get through it all. Okay. So this guy is the walking example of brainwashed critical race theory ideology. If anybody in the world did not understand what people were talking about when they were like, we need to get critical race theory out of the schools, this is exactly what we were talking about. This is going to be a much more educational live stream than I realized. Okay. Oh, critical race theory. The conservatives, they don't want people to learn about slavery. What are you talking about? They don't want you to talk about slavery. They want to pretend like there's no history of racism in this country. What the fuck are you talking about? That's not at all what critical race theory is. I'm telling you that there is an enormous history of racism in this country. Indefensible. Redlining, Jim Crow, slavery, the Tulsa massacre, all this stuff. It's nightmarish. It's nightmarish. The pre-civil rights, even post-civil rights, like it's crack in the inner cities from the CIA. It's insane. It's insane. The history of racism in this country. Okay. No one is more staunchly against critical race theory than me. Do I seem like I'm running away from teaching kids about racism in this country? It's ludicrous. It's an accusation that is 100% false. Like every single thing that they say, false, not true. Teach them about all that. Teach the kids about all of that. And you want to know why? You want to know why it's important to teach the kids about that? Is because there are two ways to look at this country. Two, okay? You can look at all of the terrible things that the country did. Oh, we can look at slavery as a perfect example. Take slavery as an example. Okay, you can look at that and go, oh my God, it's this barbaric thing that, the country was built on white people taking advantage of black people and implementing slavery and yada, 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 yada. Or you could go, in fairness, slavery was practiced globally. We, white people from this country, went to war and died to end slavery here in this country. We decided it was a barbaric practice that we were no longer aligned with. And when the people wanted to continue doing it because their financial interests were tied up in it, we went to fucking war to end it. We went to war to end it. Okay? And the Jim Crow laws, look, we got rid of them. We were like, this is not acceptable. The redlining, not acceptable. Everyone has accepted that stuff is not acceptable. Okay? If a video of a white person comes out and they say something racist to a black person, it goes on the internet, their life is over. Their life is over. Their life's fucking over. Okay? If the video that came out was of Jake Shields calling this guy some kind of racial slur, his life's over. White supremacist? What the fuck are you talking about? Racism is completely non-negotiable anymore. No one is allowed to even be a little bit racist or their life ends. Their life ends. It's fucking ridiculous. It's the stupidest shit ever. I can't, dude. It's indefensible. It's an indefensible position.
Way of thinking. If you're on this,
and the anti-racist, the reason why they're the worst, and why the critical race theory shit is so terrible to teach is because it teaches kids lies. It teaches them lies like this. And so they're like, oh, either you believe that the country is built on white supremacy and oppression, which it's not. Otherwise, you're a Nazi. So you can either believe this lie or you're a Nazi. Shut the fuck up, Mike Jackson, and all your guys' bullshit. It's fucking ridiculous. It's not true. It's a fucking lie.
Middle line, anywhere from the middle line on the fence to the extreme Hitler, David Duke, Leopold people. You're a Nazi, you're a white supremacist, you're a white nationalist, and everywhere between. If you're on the fence and you looking at some white nationalist behavior and you just like, damn, they doing some white nationalist stuff, but you go drink your coffee, that means you're siding with white supremacy.
Okay, so this fucking idiot, okay, so sure, I agree. If what you see is actual white supremacy behavior, okay, but they go and some guy goes, hey man, you are an embarrassment to Houston. And he goes, okay, white cockroach, you're a domestic terrorist. You're all, okay, come again? He's all, you disagreed with me on something. So you're a domestic terrorist. You're like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? These people are cult members, dude. Cult members. Critical race theory is the devil. This is why. This is what they teach them. This is the shit. This is why people are afraid to send their kids to liberal colleges. This is the shit they teach them.
Because you're not doing nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's
doing nothing about what? Doing nothing about what, dude? Specifically. Talk specifics. Okay? If you're talking about, like you can't, they do this game where they take words that they know are not, you can't argue against them. It's like, what are you in favor of racism? And you're like, fuck no. Racism? This is the most evil shit there is. They're all, well, that guy's racist. And you're all, no, he's not. Yeah, he is. No, he's not. Yeah, he is. Oh, what? So you're with him? I don't know. If your game is just calling people racist when they're not, then I guess so. They're all, so you're a Nazi too. And you're like, what the fuck? So you don't have to defend your positions on anything. You just call people names. And then you're like, if you're either with us, the anti-racist, or them, the racist. And they're the racist. These are the people that'll tell you that asking for a black person for their fucking ID when they go vote is racist because, oh, they don't know how to get to the DMV. You're the fucking racist, idiot.
Call a lot of people Nazis and white supremacists. It's because they fall on that. Now, they could be on the fence. But if you're on the fence and on that side, it's all encompassing of when me calling someone a Nazi or white.
Right. So if you're not buying into full throttle critical race theory nonsense, you're a Nazi. Okay? I mean, who could defend this position, dude? And like, actually, and here's the other thing. Do these people ever go have a conversation with a smart person? Like someone who actually will debate them calmly. I'm not the one, dude. I will tell you right now, if anybody's like, oh, I would love to see Jesse debate these guys. Trust me, you don't. I can't stay calm. Okay. Like you want him to go debate like Ben Shapiro, Jordan Peterson, actual smart people, like, maybe Dave Rubin. I don't know, whatever. People who can stay calm. I can't. I am not the guy. I will just lose my shit, dude. Like, I'll just lose my shit completely. Like this, I can pause him. I'll be like, stop talking now. I can say my thing. In face-to-face, they just keep talking, and I just get more and more mad where I'm like, oh, my God, I can't. I'm not the one, dude. These people are the worst, man.
White nationalists. And the reason I don't call people racist or the white people racist, first of all, only white people can be racist. So this idea that Jake Paul likes to call me a racist, all he's doing is trying to gentrify oppression.
Jake Shields.
With this theory that Nazis are made up about anti-white rhetoric. That's a lot. That's not real, right? So that's what his logic and narrative is. He's trying to push this, oh, you're anti-white. That's not a thing, right?
No. He's anti-racist, but it just happens that any white person that doesn't agree with every single thing that he says is a racist. And so he's not anti-white, he's just anti-racist. And it's just weird that, like, anybody who has 6 brain cells and the balls to say what they actually think just somehow is a Nazi to him. It's weird, dude.
So you have these people like Roxanne Modafferi, Sam Alvey, Gordon Ryan, like all these people who see Jake as like a friend, right? He can't.
Gordon Ryan agrees with basically everything that Jake Shields says, for the record. He doesn't just see him as a friend. He agrees with him because he has common sense.
Be racist. Dewey Cooper, who out of all of this, that's the person I'm most disappointed with. A black guy in this situation.
A black guy that could think for himself. Oh, man.
He's like, that's my friend. Jake not racist. That's not how racism works.
Yeah, no, it is. That's exactly how racism works. That right there. That is my biggest pet peeve of all time, dude. My biggest pet peeve of all time. That's exactly how racism works. You fucking idiot. Okay. If someone goes, hey, dude, this guy right here, this is one of my best friends in the world. Like, if this guy was locked in jail in Tijuana and I knew there was a 50-50 chance of me surviving if I have to go bail him out of jail, I'm still going. This is my black friend. I would throw my life on the line to save this guy if he was in trouble. Okay. He's that close of a friend of mine. Oh, yeah, but you're still racist. Oh, I am? My best friend's racist. My best friend's black. I'm racist towards black people. Yeah, dude. Yeah. That's not how racism works. Actually, it's exactly how racism works, you fucking moron.
I'm saying people think racism is like, oh, you're Hitler and that's it. It's like, no, there's microaggressions. There's people who like look at you eating watermelon. All of that's racism. And people don't understand that because when you're talking about them, they don't want to be seen as like the bad guy. So that's my summation real quick of what I look at as racist versus anti-racist, right? So that's why Jake, his whole thing is trying to gentrify oppression. So, Mike's a racist because he's anti-white. That's not a lie. First of all, and actually, as I tell the story,
I'm gonna have to take breaks for him, dude. He's trying to gentrify oppression. Okay, so here's the thing. Oh, January 6th committee recommends criminal charges against Trump over Capitol riot. Oh, shocker! Who would have thought they were going to do that? Jeez, it's because he did a dog whistle. He told them to peacefully go home, but what he meant was raid the Capitol. Fucking morons, dude. Okay, hang on. So, let me just look this up real quick. Gentrify. Change in character through wealthier people moving in, improving housing, attracting new businesses, typically displacing current inhabitants in the process. Okay. So everyone knows what gentrification means, right? It means you go into a poor place, sometimes black neighborhood, and people pump a bunch of money into it and they push the poor people out and they change. So that's gentrification. So what the fuck does gentrifying oppression mean? Explain that. What does that mean exactly? What does it mean to gentrify oppression? That's not English, dude. Okay. That's what, okay. I challenge you guys to go to a Scientology center and tell them that you've been in Scientology for a certain number of years and then listen to them talk and see if you can understand any of the things that they say. You won't be able to understand it. Okay. They have their own language. They say all this insane stuff that only insiders know because it's a cult. Okay. It's a cult. That is typical cult stuff. That's exactly what these woke critical race theory people do. They make up these nonsensical words that no one understands. They say them as if it's like super intelligent and people just kind of go, oh yeah, because they're using words like oppression and racism and Nazis and whatever. And people are like, well, geez, I don't want to be called a Nazi. That's why anybody with balls like me, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are like, I'm not going to, okay, what you're saying is nonsense. Like what you're saying is nonsense. You think I'm afraid to tell you that what you're saying is complete fucking I'm not. Okay. because I don't care what you call me. Okay, there's no one, not a person on the face of the earth that knows me that would call me racist. None, zero, except for you and your little critical race theory weirdos who think that if I don't agree that that's a gentrification of oppression, that makes me a Nazi. Fucking morons, dude. I can't, dude. Gentrifying oppression.
Story, I'm gonna add that piece in. So here's the totality of the event. I'm at the PI, minding my own business upstairs, working out with my trainer. And it's just the two of us upstairs, right? So, and where I was in the gym, I was on the mat space with the heavy bag, and it was right next to the stairs, and the PI going down, right? So I'm working out on the bag. My back is turned to the stairs, but I hear some voices come.
I decided that, like, if you guys think this is important to see someone who actually understands this shit, this is actually, I never even say this. Feel free to share this live stream with people, you know, because these people, like, that's the problem. They never have anyone actually responding to their shit. They only talk to each other, and then people watch it and they get to yell at the TV, but they never have anyone actually responding to it and going, what? Thomas, thank you very much, sir, by the way.
Come up, right?
So
again, it was only two people. It was me, myself, and my trainer who was upstairs. So when I hear voices, you know, you naturally like, oh, who is that?
I'm just going to address this. If what you're referencing was a comment that I made, no. I was making a point when I said that. I was saying, like, well, why don't we just say that this guy's like a confirmed, kitty offender? Because if we're just, if you could just get to call Jake Shields a Nazi, then I guess we could just call you whatever. Doesn't need to be true, right? Like, doesn't need to be true. So no, I mean, he might be, but if where you took that from was my video, I was trying to make a point that he's just, we're just making things up about people.
Right? Well, when I turn around, it's this, he looks like a fucking gorilla, Jake Shields. He's probably like 230, 240 right now, just steroided up, right? So when I turn around and look at him, he's just
Jake Shields is 240 right now. I'm going to say I doubt that, dude. I'm going to say probably not.
Just looking at me like, ugh. And then I'm looking like, oh, it's Jake Shields. Now, again, I understand the beef between he and I have on social media, right? But my mind is like, we're at the PI in a business setting, right? I know he's not in the UFC, so therefore he's a guest at the PI. Oh, and shit ain't gonna be fine. And again, there are cameras everywhere, which is hilarious that given we're in a space that has cameras everywhere, they recorded the whole event.
Where people come to train to fight. So what happened, you guys would have just done inside the cage and it would have been par for the course what everyone was there to do, like he asked you to do. Like when you called him a Nazi and ran your mouth online, and he was like, oh, I have an idea. Why don't we just go train together? We could talk about it, talking a lot of shit online. How about I just come meet you at the, at the gym and we can talk about it like men in the cage since we're both fighters.
That I'm going to be talking to my attorneys with. They only posted a 15-second. First of all, I don't even know why they did that, but whatever. So,
geez, man, this guy is a genius, dude. So did the camera angle of the fight look like it was a security camera, dude? Do they have security cameras that move like this? Like they have security cameras that was it a drone? Was it a drone camera, that a shaky drone? Or do you think maybe someone took that with a cell phone? Dimwit.
I'm looking at Jake and he was like, oh, it's this piece of shit racist Mike Jackson. Now, the majority of everything he says, because I'm not going to keep repeating what he said, the summation of everything he said for this 5 minutes from the time he walked up until the time I left, all he did was say, Mike Jackson, you're a piece of shit racist, fight me. That's the summation of the 5 minutes of all the words that came out of his mouth. So he's standing there and he's doing the whole like, piece of shit Mike Jackson. I'm like, cool. Can I get back to my workout though? Because again, I'm thinking he's obviously here with a fighter working, go do what you came here to do. Go work. Go. And then the PI so big, go over there upstairs on the other side. Go work out, do your thing. So he's saying his shit. I'm like, cool. Can I finish my workout? And he's saying his shit. I'm trying to like finish my workout.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pause this and reply to Brett. Right, Brett, thank you for the super chat. Exactly. Imagine imagine calling someone in the Diaz crew a Nazi, and he shows up at the gym you're at where he's been challenging you to fight and thinking that you're going to just be like, hey man, why don't you just go train on the other side of the gym? It's like, dude, Jake is with the Diaz brothers, dude. Of course he was going to roll you up, dude.
Now he starts like coming at me. So in my mind, we're at the PI. What is he really going to do with the PI, right? Because again, people are watching this right now.
Unreal.
So I'm thinking, all right, he's not going to do anything. And he kind of has that, like his body mannerisms are kind of like, you know how he like two friends, like who are like, you have friends who are like guys, particularly kind of like play fighting, but like look serious. That's what it looked like. But I know Jake Shields, so it's like he looks like he's that fake serious, but I know he's serious, right? So the whole again, I still have my gloves on too because again I'm punching the bag. So as he's coming to me, you know, my hands are here because I don't know what he's gonna do. So still running his mouth, and
okay, I honestly, I don't understand. Like, man, these guys, they just like I don't understand how they don't understand. At the beginning of this thing, he literally said anybody who is on this side of critical race theory, Guzzler is a Nazi. You're like, do you understand how insane that is, dude? That's literally like if we just started calling anyone who was like whatever a pedo. A Nazi's the worst thing on earth. Races they're the worst people on earth, dude. And they just throw it around like it's no big deal. And they're like, oh, well, you do call everyone pedos. You're all, no, we call them groomers, and that's exactly what they are. You know? Well, yeah, that makes people anti-LGBT. What are you talking about? No, it doesn't. We're talking about very specific people who are encouraging 6-year-olds to put dollars in G-strings of grown men who have fake tits. I'm sorry, it's grooming, dude. Or a teacher who is bragging to somebody about giving butt plugs and dildos to teenagers in high school. It's queer sex. Nope, that's deviancy, dude. That's deviancy. You can put a butt plug in a girl. You can put a dildo in a girl. So how is that unique to queer sex? What the fuck are you talking about? You think I want my 16-year-old having a stranger in a public school handing her an inanimate object and teaching her that she could shove it in her fucking orifices? What the fuck are you talking about? Groomer, you fucking creep. You think you get to just hide behind the layer? That's what I'm saying. These guys, they do ridiculous shit and they hide behind a layer. It's all, they're all, hey, Giselle, here, handle this dildo and this butt plug. And then I'm like, what the fuck? You just gave a sex toy to my daughter who's 16. What the fuck's wrong with you? And then they jump behind the screen and they're all, what? It's queer sex. It's LGBT. What are you, anti-LGBT? And you can't get to them because of the screen. They're all, if you come through the screen, that means you're anti-LGBT. So if you come through the screen, it means you're anti. Are you anti? And I'm like, will just walk right through the screen. I'm like, yeah, dude, I have a serious problem with you giving deviant sex toys to my child. I do actually feel like if anyone's going to teach my kid about that, it should probably be me or my wife and not some creep fucking deviant who talked his way into whatever job you have at this high school.
In my mind, so here's the other thing about, let me add the preface to this. The whole situation, I just had surgery on my face. So I'm not even supposed to be chewing anything, right? So and the UFC pay, that's the whole thing, right? Like the UFC paid for this surgery. I don't think the UFC wants this dude to fuck up the money that they just spent on me, but whatever, right? So as he's approaching me, I keep stepping back, trying to create space. Like, Jake, quit fucking around. Like, I'm trying to work out here. Like, leave me alone. And he's piece of shit, racist, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, cool, that's me, but let me get back to my workout, right? This motherfucker spits on me. So in that moment, I'm like, what do I do? Also, after this, is Jake Shields, Dewey Cooper, and he got like 5 of his boys with him, right? Who I'm assuming are fighters who are at the PI, right? So it's essentially 7-on-2. And then my trainer, he has no idea what's going on. He's like, what? Because he knows Jake. So he's like, wait, what? He's a peacemaker. He's trying to settle things down. I'm the only one who really knows what's going on, right? So all this, they're trying to separate me.
Okay, here's my real question. How on earth did this interview go for another 30 minutes? Seriously. How on earth is there 30 more minutes of shit to talk about? Okay, so then at this point, you didn't want to fight, whatever. Jake attacked you and the end. What are we talking about for 30 more? Honestly, I'm going to skip this part. Okay, so here's my my critique here. Like, Jake in the PI as a guest, it's he definitely had set his mind. He's like, I'm rolling this guy up one way or the other. It just is what it is. I'm not not in a position to judge a person's reaction to being called a Nazi by a check mark on Twitter, dude. Would I have attacked him in the PI? Probably not, for the cameras and I know these critical race theory type people. I know that they're just gonna go, like, they're inherently tattletales. Like that's their whole thing. Like that's their whole thing. Oh, are you gonna still do business with this guy who said, are you still gonna do business with gays against groomers who are anti-LGBT? You're all, wait, what? Yeah, we're not doing business with them anymore. We just put out a public statement. That happened today. You're all, gays against groomers is an all LGBT organization who is against pedos and grooming. How could they be anti-LGBT? What the fuck are you talking about? You're defending pedos? That's your position? It's so, like, I'm saying, like, and it's because of this, like, critical race theory and these woke, like, tattletale culture. So of course he's going to tattletale. Of course he's going to call the police. Of course he's going to try to sue. No matter what, even though he said shit, this guy had a problem, nothing really even happened. Of course he's going to sue.
He spits on me, and I'm like, all right, what do I do? And I was like, well, this motherfucker, I can get a lick off, right? What if he catches me in the face, fucks the surgery up? But then I'm thinking about his boys he got with him. Again, now at this point,
I mean, that I can understand.
It's me versus a gang. It's a gang of thugs.
That is a fair point. If you're squared up with a big group of dudes, especially that fucking crew, I mean, of not wanting to fight, what I would have done personally, if I'm in that situation, I would go, all right, let's do it in the cage. At least then it's one-on-one. You know what I mean? If it's you against the gang, then, I mean, he came there. He was the one saying, let's meet at the gym and we can fight it out. Go in there, do it in the cage. That way, if he's fucking strangling you, you can tap out. Or if he's about to break your arm, you can tap out. He's not going to fucking injure you if you agree to do it like a man. So just do it like a man.
With Jake Shields as the ringleader, right? So when he spits on me, I'm like, all right, fuck this. Like, I'm definitely not doing it. But then again, I'm like, this is on camera, right? So
go in the gym, go in the ring.
He's like, man, come on, man. Just walk away right now, man. Just walk it off, man. Like, y'all need to talk about this. Like, y'all need to squash this beef that y'all have. But right now, just like walk away.
Which is exactly what would have happened after they went in the cage and they fought it out, squashed it. And then you would have stopped calling him a Nazi. He would have stopped calling you whatever. And that would have been a wrap.
And I'm like, just let me get my shit. So Jake is still like running his mouth, right?
He came there to fight you.
So he kind of like puts his arm like that, and he marched, like, if you're going down the stairs, there's that middle breezeway on the stairs between the first and second floor. So we kind of like standing in this breeze, and he got his arm. He's like, man, just calm down. Like, I know Jake. Jake not racist. And I'm just like, I don't give a fuck what you saying right now. I get that's your boy, but this ain't got nothing to do with you.
You don't care that his boy is telling you he's not racist when you called him a racist Nazi. That's my, okay. You want to know my honest take on this? Now that he's not talking critical race theory, I kind of like this guy, you know? And that's the whole thing is like, they're brainwashed. It's the ideology. Like, you fill their brains with this bullshit and then they just say nonsense that you want to fucking yell down their throat about. You're like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? He's not a bad guy. He's just brainwashed. He believes the most idiotic shit of all time. And he actually thinks he's looking at a Nazi when he looks at Jake. I mean, I don't know. I like him, but like, it's the ideology. The shit has to end, dude. This is why the critical race theory shit has to fucking end. Because this is the result. This fucking nonsense, dude.
He's like, no. Jake, just calm down. We're gonna work this out. As we down in the middle, these motherfuckers still up there running their mouth, right? So I say, fine, let me just get my stuff and I'm gonna burn out. So I had things in two different places. I had my bag, which was right when you walk up the stairs, it was near the cage. And then I had like my clothes that my hoodie and everything was by the cage door.
All right. Thomas Curina, thank you very much. Yeah, get rid of the interview. It's awful. Jake Shields beat Dan Henderson. Dan Henderson, one of my all-time faves, especially the Bisping knockout Olympian. Yeah, dude. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, Jake Shields is a savage, dude. Vicious. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Okay, my man, every single thing that he was saying at the beginning of this interview is absolutely critical race theory. All of that stuff is 100% critical race theory. That's exactly what it is. The entire system is built on, systematic white oppression, blah, blah, blah. That is exactly what critical race theory is, to the letter. Not this stuff, but all the shit that he said at the beginning. No. What he's talking about at the beginning, systemic, the country is built on systematic white oppression, is what critical race theory is. To act like it doesn't exist after we just listen to this fucking guy talk about it is absurd. That's exactly what it is. Anyway, I don't care about this thing. I don't care about, he said only white people can be racist. It's dumb, but whatever, it's dumb. It's all good, Taika. It's dumb, but that bothers me way less than the other things, dude. The entire system is built on white supremacy, and that's not debatable. That shit, I can't with that, dude. Like, I fucking can't. Oh, is that right? Yeah, I picked that up at the beginning. He's like, oh man, Jake, he does post some things that are really, questionable at best. It's like, all right, guy. I mean, this is my point, dude. Isn't it racist to say that only whites are? No, I mean, I don't know. Look, dude. To say, like, for me to say at any point that I'm the victim of racism is fucking ridiculous. Okay, like that's why I just don't even. It's a non-issue to me. It's like, oh, he's being racist towards white people. I'm like, okay. I just believe me. I don't do. There's no way to defend that I've ever been a victim of racism as a white person. You know what I mean? Even if they do this, like, oh, segregated dorms, only people of color are allowed. Only people of color are allowed. It's like, all right, so I'm not allowed. They're all, nope, it's segregated. You're not allowed. It's like, all right, why? Because they don't feel comfortable around your kind because of the history of oppression. It's like, all right, later, like, okay, all right, dude, cool. Can we actually talk to any of them? It's like, so I just want to understand, like, you feel uncomfortable if there are Caucasians in your building. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Why? Just systemic racism or whatever. Right. But you're in college. Like, you really like who here is trying to oppress you? I don't know. I just don't feel comfortable. I feel like people come to college to get prepared for real life, right? Uh-huh. Can you think of anywhere in real life where you're going to be segregated from white people? I don't know. You're making me uncomfortable right now. I bet I am. I'm making you actually think about the things that you're saying. Do you think that there's anywhere where you're going to be segregated from white people? Well, probably not. So what are we doing? What are you doing? How is this preparing you for life? We're turning you into marshmallows. Okay. Your your microaggressions and your safe spaces. Okay. You're going to come out and all you're going to do is make everything worse for everyone, like this fucking guy. Ridiculous. Ugh. So exhausting, dude. It's so exhausting, man. Anyway, what else is there? Ask me something. Someone ask me something. Let me look up. Let's look up MMA fighting and see what else is going on. Sean Strickland. Dude, did you guys see Sean Strickland's message to Orlando Sanchez? I thought that was fucking cool, dude. He was like, rest in peace, you big angry SOB. I thought that was pretty cool, dude. Red Tank, thank you for the super chat, my dude. Yes, I'm gay. Gay as fuck. Gay as a motherfucker, dude. So gay. I thought that honestly, I love Sean Strickland, but I didn't hate that decision. I mean, I was like, it was so close, dude. It was so close. Yeah. Oh, they did. They did find out a cause of death. Guess. Ready? Guess. What would you guys guess his cause of death was at age 40? At age 40, as an athlete, a 40-year-old athlete, what would you guess? Heart attack. Heart attack. Correct. Weird. Weird. Heart attack. Yeah, I would love to say the thing about the blood clots, since now the CDC has acknowledged it. Just in time after they mandated the entire world get it. Weird. Just after they mandated every single person on earth does it. Oh, there's an issue with clotting. Gosh, weird. I guess I was right, huh? A job's a job, but I guess I was right. Rafa Garcia says he lost 20% of his blood after gruesome cut in the head and opened an artery. Yikes. Jesus. Sarukian wants Charles Oliveira or Beneil Dariush. Dude, a fight. Sarukian versus Dariush, I like. I like that fight. Dude, I was so bummed Bobby Green didn't win. That was such a sick fight. I lost my job over that clot shot. But that said, here, I'm going to tell you guys a story. So I lost my job at the very end of September. And then through October, November, I was like, I'm like, or like, well, October for sure. And then the beginning of November, it was like, yeah, I mean, we don't like need, like we make plenty of money to cover our bills by a long shot without my job. And I was like, I was still like I was interviewing at a place. I was talking to some buddies that were like, dude, I'll hire you in 2 seconds for literally the exact same job. And then like there was a day when Gabby and I were in the car, probably maybe like, I don't know, 4 weeks ago. And she's like, I don't think that you're going back to corporate. And it was like, as soon as she said it, I was like, yeah, I think I agree. And I didn't even realize how much of me looking for a gig was just because I'm like, I just want Gabrielle to feel like we're steady, And when she's the one who said it, she's like, you're not going back. Look at what you're doing. I was like, all right. That was the moment where I was like, all right, I'll just go all in. And dude, since then, my channel has exploded, dude. I've gained 13,000 subscribers. I'm literally gaining like 700 or 800 subscribers a day right now. It's insane, dude. Like, I won't look for an hour and a half and I'll have gained 150 subscribers. Like, I'm going to get to 100,000 by the end of the year, which is absurd. I was at 80,000 5 seconds ago. It's like the universe is always listening. They're like, hey, pay attention to the breadcrumbs, my dude. Thank you, guys. Typical Skeptical Podcast, UFO Paranormal. Thank you very much, sir. Typical Skeptic. Ugh. Don't be skeptical actually being a skeptic is probably a good place to start, but like, don't be one of those guys that's skeptical always. Like the Phoenix Lights. If anyone looks at the actual facts of the Phoenix Lights and they're all, oh no, I think it's like flares. I'd be like, Jesus, bro. I think that like people, like the 10,000 people that saw the same mile wide craft, like, or, flying silently, they probably all had like a nervous breakdown all at the same time. Yes, I'm still going to do Jesse on Drugs. I just know it's like, once I start, I have to like go, you know what I mean? So I am not going to do it before the end of the year because I'm just not. It's the universe and the content that I put out. All right. My man, thank you. I remember someone, like, I can't remember who it was. It's like someone early on, really early on, when I had like 3,000 or 4,000 subscribers, they're like, I love that I'm watching you now. They're like, I've actually they said they had caught 2 or 3 channels really early that now have like millions of subscribers. I was like, really? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, damn, that seemed like, I don't know. I don't know. It seems like very, I mean, in the MMA space, millions that's a tough nut. This is a small niche. That's why I do Jesse and everything. You can do millions over there. But, yeah, exactly. Dude, I had 80K. Yeah. A few weeks ago. I'm at 93. I just gained 4 subscribers in the last minute. 93, 240. In the last 4 weeks, I've gained nearly 13,000 subscribers. It's insane. Yesterday, I gained 1,223 subscribers in one day. It's insane, dude. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Thomas. FTX facing life. Good. Sam Bankman-Fried. Something tells me he's not going to get it though. I think he put money in all the right places to not get life. All right. I love you guys. Thank you guys for the support. I got to beat the street. Whitaker versus Costas off. That sucks. Dude. Old man, thank you very much. All right, I got to jump. Love you guys. Oh, wait. Chael had a follow-up story on the Stephen John. I haven't watched it, but I will. Oops. I mean, dude, Mr. Ballin has fucking 9 million subscribers. I would imagine there's a lot of people that follow me that follow him. Later, guys.